Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, I saw this story and I thought, definitely got to do this one. Ian Blackford has said that the Butte House agreement will last until 2026. This is a man who's already accepted that he's not going to be in Parliament as of this time next year, or slightly later than this time next year. He's resigning at the next election. So he won't even be in a position of authority or any way to say yay or nay whether this will be happening. But he says that this agreement between the SNP and the Greens is going to last another 3 years. Virtually every single MSP in Holyrood is wanting them to end the agreement immediately. In fact, of all the backbenchers, only one said that he's in favour of it now, and that's simply so that it gives them the majority. He doesn't like their politics. He doesn't like them personally. It is absolutely amazing that Blackford can be so out of touch with the rest of his party. It stands beyond belief. Anyway, we'll take a quick look at this, and it's like, what world is he living in? Who the hell knows? Anyway, we'll have a look. Here goes. So Ian Blackford, Butte House agreement will continue to 2026. I don't bloody think so. And there's an interesting thing. In the background there is Patrick Grady. You can see him. Now, one of my regular correspondents in the comments, guy, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, because the username is only Ting Tong. Could be anything, but Ting Tong knows who they are. And I want to thank them because they described Patrick Grady in a particular way. And I laughed and I said, I'm stealing it, and I am. I've stolen it. And I'm going to tell you how we now look at Patrick Grady. He is the bastard love child between a potato and a thumb. He also, in that picture, it looks like he could be the love child of Peter Murrell, doesn't he? He's got a bit of a Peter Murrell going on there. Or maybe it's just little bald gay men in Scottish politics. Who knows? Anyway, the SNP's Holyrood pact with the Scottish Greens will remain in place until 2026, according to the party's former leader at Westminster. Not a chance of that happening. Not a chance in hell. There may not even be a Scottish Parliament by 2026. Appearing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this afternoon, Ian Blackford defended the Butte House agreement behind the SNP Green joint government deal. Joint. Yeah, there must have been a few joints done when they were making that deal. A series of figures in the SNP have raised concerns about the arrangement, some calling for party members to have a vote on whether the pact should continue. In fact, we're up to the point now where the absolute majority, don't want it to continue. In an article in the Herald on Sunday, former Rural Affairs Secretary Fergus Ewing said the Greens basically would destroy our economy and the deal could down the SNP and the independence cause. And he repeated his previous calls for the pact to end. But Mr Blackford disagreed because he disagrees with everything because those two really don't get on very well. He told a festival audience the Butte House agreement was the right thing to do. At the time, maybe. Subsequently, not so much. He says it remains the right thing to do and it will remain in place over the lifetime of this Parliament. Yeah, it may have been the right thing to do, but it's not a suicide pact, is it? You've got to get out of it. He told the festival audience the Butte House agreement was the right thing to do and it remains... I've just done that bit. The MP was speaking on the For the Many live with broadcaster Ian Dale and former Labour Home Secretary Jackie Smith at Pleasance EICC. I think Jackie Smith, poor woman, she did, what do you call it, her expenses, wasn't it? And she would go through her expenses, and one of them was for porn for her husband. Can't say that. Prawn for her husband. And it was, very embarrassing for her. Never mind. Mind you, if I was married to Jackie Smith, you know. Anyway, asked about Alba's idea of yes parties fighting elections on a single Scotland United ticket, Mr Blackford dismissed it as for the birds. He said, let's just remember that we've had the council elections not that long ago in Scotland. 1,100 seats up for grabs and they won none at all. And they will continue to win none at all. And I think it's all over for them. And particularly as well, when you see what they pushed out as an anti-conservative message, it borders on just sheer plain racism. It is a terrible thing. But we will have a look at that. So the idea, he says, that there is scope for an electoral alliance where our cause will be assisted by making an alignment with other parties, as I'm afraid he said, for the birds. And asked if he would like to see Alex Salmond back in the SNP, Mr. Blackford was blunt. And I don't even know, I haven't read what he said, but I know what the answer will be. Yes, I was right. Alex Salmond is not in the SNP, he's in another party. There was no pathway for Alex Salmond to return. They really, really don't want him back. Blackford wants to get his arse either into the Lords, which is a very difficult thing for the SNP, unless he goes and resigns the party and stands as independent and gets put in by the Prime Minister, or he wants to go back up and become an MSP in Holyrood. But that would mean giving up the seat, or somebody else giving up a seat for him. And who's willingly going to do that? So it's very difficult. But he's desperate to remain relevant. And of course he's complete irrelevance, isn't he now? But there's no way that the Greens and the SNP will remain in power together for the duration of this Parliament. It is cloud cuckoo land. He's saying joining Alba was for the birds. Man, you are off your perch. Anyway, I shall round off and I shall come up. Now, whether he gets into the Lords or he does go up and tries to basically hustle a seat in Holyrood, I suppose as long as there's a Greggs nearby, he'll be happy. I think he'd prefer the Lords, simply because the money's good and it's better for his pension and all that, and he wouldn't have to work for it. Whereas in Holyrood, he would actually have to turn up and do some work, which would be a bit of a bugger for him because he's a bit of a lazy old sod, really, isn't he? Sitting there shoveling pies into his mouth all day. I think we hit the level there, haven't we? Between him and his pies and Black and her Kit Kats, you know, the nasal Kit Kats that she has. They're a funny bunch. Anyway, I shall round off there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see and hear on the channel, do please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. Definitely hit the subscribe button. We are getting so close. We need to build this. We are widening the audience, and the whole channel's building, and it's all down to those intelligent, handsome, beautiful people that I like to call my viewers. And so let's keep the club growing with all those beautiful people. Hit the button and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, Tubby Blackford will be gone very, very soon. Bye.